And here we go.
Hey folks, quick filler video. And this is in response to some of the response I'm getting to a short that I put up about the about Trump's choice of Secretary of Defense. I was just doing this so you don't see a black screen. I'm gonna put it down now. I can back to me. You can barely see me. You can just, I guess, when a vehicle pass on the other side, but it don't matter. This is all audio. The content is the big part, and I won't take a whole bunch of time in this one here. Now, give you a little bit of perfunctory. Senior non-commissioned officer, okay? That's me. Combat Arms Senior non-commissioned officer. That's me. Been shot at more than once or twice, okay? That's me. And I'll leave the details out. I will not purge myself. I plead the fifth. Now, but even though that shouldn't even matter in this subject, what I was saying is, if you listen closely, I didn't challenge the man's competency at all. I know who he is. I know the guard unit that he was in. I know the unit that he was deployed in when he deployed. I know all of that stuff. I know about, I think he is on, was it Fox? I think he is like a commentator or something like that on one of the major news channels. I think it was Fox. I could be wrong, but so I know who he is. What I'm saying is, and don't take this as a diss if you weren't in the military. Now, if you were one of the washouts or clowns that got booted out, I could give a shit what you think. But, once it done, hey, signed up for 3 or 4 and done they 3 or 4, got an honorable and whatnot, hey, man, hey, I salute you. And then, but, there's guys like us that, there's lifers out here. Both support, combat, and everything in between. But anyway, because you got to get perfunctory, because you always have that one every freaking time. So that's not what I'm saying. What I was saying, that I noticed some people got it, but a lot of people didn't. If you weren't in the military, you don't, rank and file inside the military is totally different than rank and file in the civilian world. Well, they're transferring Patrick over from this and coming over here. And some people may look at him a little bit, but especially on lateral transfers. But here's the thing. When you take in a, I'll put it in the enlisted ranks. I was chief of my final job. I was chief of fire and battery. Okay. I'm the chief of fire and battery. If you know how artillery works, you know what that is. I'm the chief of fire and battery. And you bring in a guy, and my NCOERs is top notch, everything. I'm walking it, chalking it. When you hell, I'm on my, I got all 4 boards filled on my awards and accommodations bar. I am full. I got 4 full stacks, and a couple of pieces of pewter on there too. And y'all in the game, y'all know what that is. Got patch on each shoulder. Got a patch on my left shoulder. Got a patch on my right shoulder. And the patch on my right shoulder has a little emblem over the top of the patch. Okay, so y'all know what that is. If you don't know what that is, it's cool. Don't worry. Don't bother yourself with it. It's not part of the story. This is part of the perfunctory. You bring in somebody from somewhere else, and they say Smoke Taylor. Yeah. Hey, we brought in this Gunny from another battery. Yeah. And we're going to put him in your platoon. You're going to put him in my platoon? Yeah. Already got a Gunny. Gunny Robinson. He about ready to make E7. He just waiting on his NCOER to come back. Oh, no. No. We're not putting it. No, he's not going to be the Gunny. You are. Huh? Yeah. Well, when Robinson's NCOER come back, we're going to move him over to Alpha Battery. They short, they short of Smoke. And you're going to be Gunny, and he's going to be the Chief of Firing Battery. Wait a minute. I thought y'all said this guy ain't even been to ANOC yet. Oh, he hasn't. Oh, what? Look, that shit ain't going to go well. Anybody in military knows. Anybody that was in or currently in the military, pick a branch. It don't matter. Especially Army and Marine Corps. Rank and file structure means a lot. And like I said, again, I'm not saying he's not capable. What I'm saying is you're putting a guy that y'all don't understand. A lot of y'all don't understand the structure of what the Secretary of Defense is. And, we have them, Chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff, all these guys. We know all this stuff. See, we know what all that stuff that y'all see on the uniform that look like fruit salad to y'all. We know what all that stuff is. We can point out, this is a Bronze Star, this is a Silver Star, this is an Army Commendation Medal, this is an ARCOM, that's an AAM, that's a Joint Meritorious Service Medal, that's this, 5 Oak Leaf clusters. We know what all that stuff is. This is EIB, Airborne Air Assault, this, that, and a lot of the stuff that I'm rattling off is some of the stuff that's was on the front of my uniform. So anyway, when you put a guy that was just I was gonna say just a major. It's not just a major. He's a major. You're gonna put a major, and y'all gonna put him in this room and bring him in here as the Secretary of Defense, and you're gonna have generals, and people all drain the swamp. Look, every general isn't a swamp rat. I know generals that passed up stuff because they didn't, I can't betray my troops. I can't do it. And whatnot. They know the ones to pick and pluck to go up and the ones to just let retire out. And these are some hard banging guys. That started out as lieutenant leading a rifle platoon and shit. You know what I mean? And then walk the ranks. So it's not that I'm dissing this guy. I'm just trying to tell y'all it has nothing to do with him. It has something to do with structure. And those that served or are currently serving, whether we like it or not, they understand what I'm saying. This doesn't apply to the civilian world. Now, is the Secretary of Defense a quote-unquote civilian position? Well, yes and no. Because it's you're put in place by the commander-in-chief, which is your president. But the key word is defense, and it's not civilian defense. It's military defense. So you're going to have you're going to have the leader, the general, the general of the Army, general of the Marine Corps, general of the Air Force, and I think it's an admiral in the Navy, if I'm not mistaken. And they know they outrank you. They know they outrank you. Some of them outrank you by a lot. I'm not saying they're not going to do what he tell them to do. I'm quite sure they'll probably get along. But I'm telling you from a guy that's been there, done that, seen it. Didn't happen to me, but I seen it and I understand it. That's like me. You gonna bring a staff sergeant over here to do what? No, the hell you ain't. He gonna have to get in line. Last time, look at. Let me see. I got 3 up, 3 down. He got no, hell no. Or you'll do it, but you'll do enough to get past. I know the I got the years and the stripes. I know what I'm talking about. You may not like it, or you may not even understand it. I can tell by some people's responses that they don't understand what I'm talking about. Again, that's cool. I wouldn't expect you to. But I know I have a lot of veterans I used to have a lot since they killed my channel. Now I went from 13,000 subs and now I had to start back over from 0 here about a year ago. But you have a lot. What is this dude doing? What are you doing? Okay, he must be lost. A lot of people that are military and prior military, they know exactly what I'm talking about when we talk about rank and file. Okay? That's all I meant. I didn't mean that this man isn't capable or none of this other stuff. No swamp talk, none of that stuff. It's about rank and file. Hell, I'm enlisted. And I'm getting a new freaking platoon leader before our second deployment who ain't never been shot at by nothing, probably hadn't even been shot at by a BB gun. I'm like, sir, this what you need to do, all right? Because when you're going to stay here with us, stay in the FDC track. When we get to going and we go down range, before we do anything, Gunny will come pick you up before our advance party rolls out. Roger that, sir? Well, Smoke, I think that I should, and I'll be once. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think. We ain't back in the land of the big PX doing training. We're not at Grafenwehr, wild flicking. We're not at North Fort. We're not at none of this stuff. We're not at a training. We're not at a training range. We're not at Tin Shack in Colorado. We're over here where these ain't blanks. And this ain't the time to be trying to, so you need to fall in line with us that already know what the hell's going on. Because I ain't writing no letters, back to somebody's wives and mothers and fathers and everything because, I got a cow towed to a butter bar that just 6 months fresh out of school. And this is a lot of us. This is our third, and some of us fourth deployment. We'll get you in line, sir. Don't worry. You'll get it. But now ain't the time. We're teaching you from the front. Okay? Hell, and they even then had a battery commander one time that told a lieutenant, "Look, look, stay with the stay up under the FDO and NCOIC FDC, so you can learn the charts and this, that, and other." Well, in school they told now you can take it to throw that in the trash. Well, don't throw it in the trash, but it don't always work in real life. The game changes when you're under fire. Okay, but anyway, and some of them cool with it, some of them ain't. The ones that ain't. Because when everybody turn their backs on you, or do the bare minimum for you, because I'm not. There's only so much I'm willing to say, but when you put yourself in that position, I mean, you in a bad spot. You in a bad spot, and I think this guy is a good man. I think he's a good man. I think he's a smart man. But he even knows that he's going to have to win over BMLGs. Be my little general. Like I say, if the people that was in the service, they know, or currently in, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all be good and be safe. I'm heading to me casa.